Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's blog post. A lot of information coming in about housing for the month of January. Lots of important things, I think. Some topics that I want to cover, and some information and possibly some strategies that we need to go over to help us continue moving forward. January numbers, pretty interesting. Existing home sales were up 6.7% in January, and they're estimating that we're looking at, year-over-year sales to about 6.5 million units sold in 2022, which would be a nice boost from even last year's numbers. So it's a little more challenging with new construction, because we all know new construction is facing its own issues with labor shortages and material shortages, supply chain issues, whatever. But existing home sales, it's very encouraging that at least on the purchase side of things, we're looking strong. Obviously, refinances have come down quite a bit since rates started to rise, but there are still a good number of refinance opportunities that are out there, and we've talked about that in prior conversations, that rising rates don't necessarily mean a complete loss of refinances. Now, I do expect, on a whole, that business is going to continue to dwindle and go down to a much more normal percentage of the overall mortgage business. But for now, refinances are still holding, about half the total applications that are coming in. So there's that for now, but we need to be paying attention to the purchase arena. And I think one of the biggest challenges that's out there are people touting inventory numbers, and they have for years. And I have told you before, I'll tell you again, I think this whole inventory thing is a convenient excuse for people not getting out there and going and finding a reason to work. I think inventory is a critical component of this market. I just think that the way people view inventory, with how much of a quote unquote supply of homes there are, I think is an antiquated measure. I think the whole thought process of there needing to be 6 months worth of sales currently listed for the market, I think it just is a ridiculous notion. I don't think it holds with modern society and the way things are viewed right now. I mean, today, on average, a house coming onto the market is available on the market for about 19 days. That's a far cry from when homes used to be on the market, 6 months, 8 months, or more. Again, you have to look at this and saying, well, of course, there's a 6-month supply if it takes 6 months to sell it. But if there's, a 1-month supply of houses and it's taking 19 days to sell it, then how are all these transactions happening? And that's my point. It goes back to the reality of the housing market being strong. And the point is we're still seeing a significant number of homes where those homes are accepting offers, and offers are being made over asking price. And we're still seeing multiple offer situations. And I think the bigger frustration is from people who are not prepared for the fact that they may go out there and make 2 or 3 or 4 offers on homes before they get one. And the important factor here is they get one. They eventually keep looking at houses and find them. And I think even the bigger key here, and it's something that needs to be discussed both with your agents and with your buyers. There are people out there who you sit there, oh, I had to make 5 offers before I got one accepted. Well, look at it this way. There were 5 houses that you thought enough of to make an offer to purchase while you were out looking. So does it matter whether there were 5 houses in the market and you liked all of them, or there were 50,000 houses in the market and you only liked 5 of them? The reality of it is people are going out there and they're getting homes if they stick to the process, if they are put themselves in a position. And what we've talked about here is understanding, what are we doing to put our clients in the best possible position? And you've seen it. People are winning offers because of who's doing their pre-approval. People are winning their offers because loan officers have a reputation for the fact that they've done a great job pre-approving that buyer and that they're going to close on time. Heck, there are mortgage companies out there, and you know who you are, that guarantee their pre-approvals, that guarantee their closing dates. Well, if they're doing that, those offers are often accepted over other offers. And in some cases, those offers are accepted even against higher dollar offers on those homes because of the security people feel in working with that loan officer. And again, it's not about, rising rates or lack of inventory. It's about people want to own where they live. And we've talked about this repeatedly, about doing the math and comparing what happens and what's the cost of waiting. There are a lot of people coming back into the market right now and will continue to come back in the market who last summer walked away because they got tired of making offers that weren't accepted. And now they're finding out that the houses that they were looking at last summer are now 20% more in price. And now we're going to finance them, instead of at 2.5, we're going to finance them at 4. Well, there's a big price to pay for having waited, but what's the alternative? Again, rents are going up, and in most cases, the rents are going up on a dollar volume higher and faster than what home prices are going up. And again, you have to think about that. Yes, 4% on a mortgage is not 2.5, but the effective price of renting is 100% interest. 100% of the money that you pay in rent just disappears. And we've talked about this over and over again. The end of the world isn't that prices continue to rise on properties and that interest rates are higher. The reality of it is there's a cost to live everywhere. And if you do the math, the security of buying a home, locking in that price and locking in that principal and interest payment is a big deal. So I want to get that clear to you. And last, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the market. You're waking up this morning to understand the full invasion of Ukraine by Russia. The markets are going to be jittery, to say the least. We've got important economic data today and tomorrow for sure. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. And it's really important that you're not blindsided by the fact that, if you thought there were things in the market that were creating volatility before, right now, there's going to be even more volatility. And I think you don't have to be glued to, the television or the internet, but you have to be taking time to pay attention to what's happening and how it's impacting the market, because it may not be in the way that you think. Everything may be going on in this marketplace may not have the reaction or the result that you or your customers or your referral partners may think, and you have to pay attention to what's going on. Also, on Friday, the 25th at noon Eastern time, I'm going to be doing the Mortgage Coach call with Dave Savage and his team over at Mortgage Coach. I've done them from time to time, and Dave and I spoke last week, and with the pressure for a lot of these mortgage companies who are losing a great deal of volume because they were heavily weighted in refinances, and now, figuring out what's going on and what they're going to do with the shift in the market with higher rates. Dave asked me to come back and kind of work through him what I do with my customers in the purchase arena and what I would be doing for loan officers, or at least give them an outline of what I think they should be doing, to prepare for what the next generation of mortgage activity looks like, being significantly more weighted on the purchase side of the deal. So if you can, you want to reach out, go to Mortgage Coach and get on that call tomorrow. It would be, great. It would be great if you can go to their YouTube channel if you can't make the call live and watch that on their YouTube channel at your convenience, and I will probably post it on my site and have it available as well. As always, you have questions or comments, it's Mike at imtcoaching.com. Look forward to talking to you again real soon. Take care.